Hello, welcome to Wednesday Night Chat with Nick. Hello, everybody. Let me set up. How's everybody's doing? I just finished dinner just a few minutes ago, and now I'm having my iced coffee. I'm one of those persons that I actually enjoy drinking coffee, and I don't really need it. And coffee does not keep me up, so I can drink a big glass of iced coffee and have no trouble going to sleep at night. Okay, I'm going to the live control room. Open live chat. Here we go. We are up and running, folks. Okay, it's Wednesday. Been a long day today. Whew. Um, hopefully, people have seen the deleted scenes from Batman versus Superman. I love to hear um, those opinions from anyone that has seen that 45-second clip. Because I love to discuss that. It's definitely non-spoilers because it's even if you haven't seen the movie and you see the clip, um, I love to hear what your thoughts uh, are for the clips. But still, after I have to say that in all my years of being a movie fan, I have never seen. I can't recall the last time I saw such heated debates about a movie. I can't recall. The last time there was this much debates would be something like Passion of Christ, the one where Mel Gibson directed the movie about Christ, and that was more of a religious debate, more civil for sure, but it was a heated debate. Um, but for this one, my God, I thought Man of Steel brought out a lot of angers among DC or comic book fans. I thought Man of Steel did. I got into a few heated debate defending Man of Steel because I love that movie. Man of Steel, out of the typical superhero movies, I wouldn't say Man of Steel is my favorite, um, but it's in the top three for me as far as superhero movies. I enjoyed it a lot, and I remember debating about the movie with so many people. I'm pretty sure out of all of my friends, close circle friends, people that collect the comic books, people that don't collect, you name it, out of everyone that I know. Hello, Goomba. I think I like Man of Steel more than anybody else because I was praising that movie to anyone that's was willing to listen, and I was ready to debate with anyone that wanted to debate me on why they hated that movie and why I love that movie. And now Batman versus Superman has superseded that. Okay, this movie has brought out some lively discussions. I have never seen YouTube blown up as far as all the reviews and you know it's one of those movies where there are haters and then there are huge fan of the movie that love the movie and seem like the people that are caught in the middle like me. I'm kind of like okay with the movie. I gave the movie a 7 out of 10. I For the most part, I'm all. I, if I had to sum up the word about the movie for me, from my personal experience, is that I was disappointed. Because my expectation was so high. This movie took 3 years, and so my expectation was too high, perhaps. But all in all, I felt that it was a okay movie. I recommend everybody to see it for themselves, to judge the movie with their own eyes and minds. Okay, that's the key. I want people to not listen to what I have to say, not listen to what other people have to say. We are all very different. You know, it's you hear this, for whatever reason, the way social media is today, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, the more advanced we are with technology, the worse we behave as human beings. Okay, I'm disappointed in the movie, but I'm more disappointed in the behaviors of people about this movie, because so many people act as if somebody disagree with them about the movie, it's like stupid, moronic, don't have enough IQs to understand the complexity of the movie. You name it. It's all kind of garbage that being thrown around by both camps. Okay, and the people that are somewhat in the middle, like me, because we like part of the movie, we dislike part of the movie, we enjoy the actions, we thought the casting was good, the story is kind of clunky. People like me are caught in the middle for the most part, because it's no way. I have been, I wouldn't say harassed, but certainly it's people that insinuate that I'm stupid because I don't understand the complexity of the movie. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think I need to have an IQ of a genius to enjoy the movie, or the movie is too complex. I heard some interesting discussion where some big fan of some people that love the movie a lot have mentioned that this movie is made for the DC fanboys. So if you're DC fanboys, you understand the movie better, you understand all the Easter eggs, blah blah blah, all that stuff. I disagree. I think if the intention of Snyder is to make a movie to satisfy the fanboys, that's a huge mistake, because I hate to break it to you, the hardcore fanboy is about 1% of the people going to see the movie. If the expectation is 50 million to 100 million people to see the movie, I don't think you can count on a million hardcore fanboy to be buying tickets to support the movie compared to the other 99 million regular average folks that don't read the comic book. So if the intention was to make a movie that satisfy the fanboy and to it would, I don't buy that. I have heard that stuff and I just don't buy it at all. Absolutely. Xerxes 73. You got my point. When I hear, I like the movie, but the defender of the movie that say, oh, if you're a fanboy, you don't need, it's not complicated, it's awesome, it's so well written, it's some kind of beautiful puzzle. I'm like, you're telling me that the movie was like impression piece of art, a Monet, where it's I don't get it. Like I said, I have heard both sides, and then the people that hate the movie, it's they also go too far. Okay, it's like I said, I can bring out many topics from the people that hate the movie that really, uh, you know, there's a lot of fanboys out there that was disgusted that Batman kill people, that Batman carry a gun, and Batman have guns. What the? Yeah, that's my reaction to those kind of comments. What the? Um, do you know that prior to DC changing Batman so that he um, is more tame to children, that he carry guns and shoot people? He did. J-Rocks, I would prefer a good storyline. Some people may not know that having a movie based on a big event, that big event or story everyone read already. Absolutely. I'm all with you also, I mean, I have heard a lot of speculation what DC is doing, and I pray to God that they do not move toward this path. There are a lot of people speculating that DC Justice League movie is heading toward Crisis on Infinite Earth, that mega complex storyline of the 80s. Hell no. Hell no. Okay. The last thing I want to see is a freaking mess of multiverse on the big screen. No. I hate to break it to the DC fanboys, but the rest of the world don't give a rat ass about multiverse. Okay. I don't need to see multiverse with a dozen different universe, Earth. It's just crazy shit. Okay, it's crazy shit. Keep that shit in the comic books. But no, I don't want to see Crisis on Infinite Earth on the big screen. Hell no. Joe says, agree. I have not seen it. A telling sign for me, my 10-year-old son haven't even asked me to go see it. A 10-year-old boy haven't even hinted at wanting to see it. I can tell you, my son is almost 9. He is 3 weeks away from being 9 years old, and he went to see it, and he practically almost fell asleep the first hour and 20 minutes. Brutal. Goomba, yes, they are shooting. In fact, they are starting shooting the Justice League movie right now with Snyder and the same writer. I agree, Nick. No crazy stuff. My kid who is 20 was like, what are those things flying in the sky? I don't get it. The Crisis story would have to be something you make after you have established a movie universe, maybe 10 DC movies down the road. Maybe. It is a huge, complex story that most people won't get. Okay. One of the things that turned me off from DC when I delved into DC was the multiverse. I remember in the 80s reading the Justice League books, and it had the old Flash, the new Flash, all that stuff was just like, what the, for me, when I was a teenager, I was like, what the hell is going on here? And I didn't like it, never cared for the multiverse stuff. And why do we have to have that? Okay, so I can rant forever about DC multiverse, and it would upset a lot of DC fanboys, okay, because they hold that kind of stuff near and dear. Like I said, I understand. If you love it, if you love the multiverse stuff, if you enjoy the kind of stuff, that's fine. But you can't expect the rest of the world to get it. Okay, that's the thing. You can't expect the rest of the world to get it. Well, Parker Rizzo, if you're still watching, I did get your question. I've completely forgot to answer your question regarding my giant size X-Men 1. Okay, so I will PM you what I'm asking for as far as that book. I forgot to answer your question because another person have asked about that book, and I am holding that book for him for a few weeks in case he changes his mind. But if he changes his mind and doesn't want it anymore, then I will let you know what the asking price is for that book. I don't follow DC and was totally confused when I read it. I am with you. Okay, I have tried. I have a whole bunch of Justice League books on my shelf. Books from the 80s, books from the 70s. And my God, I don't understand the multiverse stuff. And I don't want to understand. Call me stupid if you must. I don't want to know that crap. It sounds harsh, but yeah, I don't get it. I never did, never liked it, never want to know it. And that's my own bias. Okay, I understand that for the hardcore DC fanboy to hear me say something like that is like sacrilege. It's they can't hit the thumbs down fast enough for this portion of the video. But you know, the best thing about Batman versus Superman is established Ben Affleck as Batman. He was very good. Okay, I think even I have yet to hear haters of the movie hating on Ben Affleck. Maybe some people didn't like it, but I think in general, if you see the movie, you had to walk away impressed with Ben Affleck. Wonder Woman was fantastic. Okay, she was not impressive. She was impressive in the fighting scene. She looked impressive, but that's more about the action, the CGI, all that stuff. Acting wise, I have heard some people complain that her dialogue was wooden, or not smooth, or whatever you want to call it. I was fine with that. You know, I did not have a problem with the way she delivered the line. Hell yeah, is it Oscar award winning awesomeness? No, but I can tell you it's a hell of a lot better than many other lines that she spoke in the Fast and Furious. Okay, so looking to treat myself to something nice, Parker. That is a really nice personal gift if you ever get yourself a giant size X-Men 1 9.6. What do you think of a first Power Girl for $5.99? Crazy, crazy. Not sure if that's crazy or not, but when I see Moon Knight and Iron Fist, I really, Moon Knight and Iron Fist is crazy too. It's all crazy. I don't, like I said, Parker, you watch my channel for 3 years now. I have been on YouTube now for over 3 years. And you know, I never understand the fever, the speculation fever that we have. Wonder Woman was hot. Yeah, she was. She was beautiful. She was beautiful, elegant. You know, I mean, it's. I was never a hater of Gal Gadot. When they announced Gal to be the next Wonder Woman, my only concern was I thought she was a little bit skinny, but other than that, I didn't have a problem with her acting or potential. I pick her over many other people choices. I mean, I heard the choices that people want to put in there, and I'm like, you know, there's so many people that compare, Jamie Alexander, the girl that plays Sif in Thor and Halo. Have you looked at Jamie Alexander? Is she 10, 20 pounds beefier than Gal Gadot? I don't think so. She's in good shape, fit, so anyone that thought that Gal Gadot was too skinny or still too skinny to be Wonder Woman, trust me, I'm fine with Gal Gadot. Hopefully I say her name correctly because I don't know. Multiverse sounds like a cheap way to fix problem in continuity or to erase things that happen in storylines. I believe the Crisis on Infinite Earth, Jay, was the attempt of DC to straighten up the freaking mess that they had. Attempt, as I said, attempt. I thought that whole the storyline, Crisis on Infinite Earth and the death of Flash, was okay. I actually enjoyed that more so because of George Perez, because the art in that series, George Perez packed in so much details. In fact, it might be Perez's greatest achievement. I go as far as saying his work with Crisis on Infinite Earth is amazing. It's a beautiful piece of art, if not the best that George Perez ever put together. What's the deal with Moon Knight speculation? There's a lot of speculation about Moon Knight having its own TV show. Zosa's Moon Knight has always been crazy high. Yeah, it's a Werewolf by Night 32, cool book, a cool Gil Kane cover, horrendous art inside by Mr. Perlin. Oh, the inside is brutal. Okay, it's one of those books that every time I open, I love Moon Knight, but every time I open up and read Werewolf by Night 32, the inside is just atrocious. Atrocious, I'm telling you, atrocious. Oh, good heaven. We have to set up a chat on Flashpoint Paradox. I'm gonna try to watch it on Netflix tonight. Flashpoint Paradox. What the heck is that? Huh. Well, Jay, after I finish the chat in about 45 minutes, 8 o'clock, I will have to look it up. I don't know, but is that a new series by Netflix? Flashpoint Paradox. Oh, Netflix have so many wonderful shows. I finished watching Narcos. Jay, are you watching? Did you ever watch that series, Narcos? Awesome. Parker Rizzo, I bit the bullet and purchased a 9.6 first Harlequin. You bit the bullet. You took the bullet, man. You took the bullet. You didn't bit the bullet. You took the bullet. Yeah, I mean, Harlequin, like I said, when it comes down to Deadpool and Harlequin, I don't get it, okay? But that does not mean that they are not hot. They are hot. Speaking of hot, I am excited that they cancel the Gambit movie. Woo! If there is one character that I do not want to see on the big screen, because I hate, let me repeat, I hate Gambit. It's a Flash animated movie. Okay, I will do that. I will look it up, Flashpoint Paradox. I will look it up and see if I can squeeze it in either tonight or tomorrow. And then when I do see it, I will let you know, and perhaps we can get together and have a live chat discussion on that. J-Rox, yes, Narcos. I love Narcos. Narcos is awesome. I can't wait for season 2. It's a cartoon. Okay. Yes, I will. I will watch it. Um, but yes, yeah, the Zeus, just Zeus. I have a hard time pronouncing the name. Zeus 73. If you're talking about Werewolf by Night 32, yeah, I mean, it's a cool character, but his origin, the origin of Moon Knight is pretty weak. I give it an average rating. You know, I did a first appearance rating, and I think I gave Moon Knight first appearance rating something like a 7 out of 10. Um, Mainly because I thought the story was average, the art was not good. The character is cool, okay, the character is cool, but story and art, eh. Parker asks George Perez, what? I'm glad he said that Deathstroke is his. He picked Deathstroke over Taskmaster. Taskmaster is cool, but Deathstroke is much cooler. Okay, Deathstroke is much cooler, much more badass, used more often. Taskmaster, I'm not sure what the heck's going on today with Taskmaster, but it was Sinkovich run that I fell in love with. Absolutely. I have all of Bill Sinkovich work with Moon Knight. It is awesome. The art is awesome. The covers are awesome. That's what makes Moon Knight special. I did buy um, a few more Moon Knight books after the Moon Knight Mark Spector series of the late 80s, early 90s. I did try that. That was okay. You know, the problem with Moon Knight is the lack of villains. Okay, one of the problem with many Marvel Bronze Age characters is they lack credible adversaries. You know, especially when you have street level hero. Okay, from Moon Knight to Luke Cage to Iron Fist. You know, they don't have a whole bunch of cool villains that they can use in TV shows. Okay, so can Moon Knight be on a TV show? Sure. But what storylines? You know, what villains? I don't know. You know, Daredevil, awesome. Kingpin, Punisher, Elektra, The Hands. There's a lot that they can do. Bullseye. They haven't even touched on Bullseye yet. We might see Bullseye third season. You know, there's a lot to use for Daredevil. Moon Knight, I'm not so sure. Yeah, yeah. Taskmaster is expensive. I mean, I love that cover. You know, that green. I think it's green. Yeah, it's a green cover with him standing there holding the arrow or the bow. It's a cool cover. You know, I mean, no doubt. You know, George Perez used his own creation and swipe it to make Deathstroke. Nothing wrong with that. Um, but you know, it's yeah, I can't imagine paying big bucks for that book. Luckily, you know, I bought Teen Titan issue 2 with Deathstroke for cheap way back in the days when I was collecting, so I don't have to pay up to own that book. But there's no way I'm paying up to own the first appearances of Taskmaster. No way. Have I done a spotlight on Bill Sinkovich? The answer is somewhat. You know, when I started my channel over 3 years ago, I was I did an artist spotlight. I did a little bit of George Perez. I did a little bit of Walt Simonson. I did a little bit of Bill Sinkovich, but it's not the kind of spotlight that I did later. I mean, after, those are the early days where I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a well planned out strategies on how to do a series of spotlight on any artist. So I just kind of throw together some books, talk about the artists I love, and that was it. There was no, I think the first artist that I went through and do like a chronology of the career was John Byrne. I did his, you know, early days and then through his years. But prior to John Byrne, spotlight, the spotlight on Perez was pretty weak. The spotlight on Walt Simonson was pretty weak. By weak, I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. I kind of throw it together. So I did Perez, Walt Simonson, Gil Kane, and Bill Sinkovich. Those are the four spotlight that I felt I should redo. One of these days, I might sit down and plan things out better and do a spotlight and redo for those four guys, because I think what I did 3 years ago was not very good. You can bring in a B-list villain from Moon Knight series and do what you want with him story-wise. Just let the TV writer create their own version. Correct? Like I said, if Netflix decide to pick up the series 2 or 3 years from now, I trust that they can do something. They have done well so far with the 3 seasons that they have been involved, but it won't be next year or the year after, because they already plan out with Luke Cage. They got already planned out with Iron Fist, and then Jessica Jones season 2, Daredevil season 3, and then the Defender TV show. They got like 5 things cooking for the next 2 years, right? Or more. So they don't have time for Moon Knight. So to me, the speculation with Moon Knight is premature. I don't see Moon Knight appearing on Netflix for at least 2 years if they go in that route. It was fascinating to watch Sinkovich evolution during Moon Knight. Yeah. If you go to my playlist, the Artist Alley is where I put all of my artist spotlight in that. It's something like almost 60 videos in there. And you will see, I think, 2 Bill Sinkovich spotlight, and it show his, I think I did a decent job showing his evolution from the Neal Adams clone into his own genius. John Byrne to me was so much better than his peers during his X-Men years. Of course, I don't think many people would disagree with you, Parker, but do not let John Byrne hear you say that. He does not like people praising his work during his X-Men years, because he takes that as a slight to his current career, as if the stuff that he's doing now is not as good. Okay, I made a mistake of talking about that, and he didn't like that at all. Needless to say, I will not be invited to John Byrne's roast anytime ever. It's almost better. I learned after that incident to not criticize or critique artists that is still alive. Because as big as the internet is, it's not very big. He can find me on YouTube and say nasty things about me. Back to Gambit. I'm telling you, when the whole news about Channing Tatum being cast as Gambit and all that stuff, oh my God. I was never a fan of Gambit, and I can't understand why anyone would want to spend money making a Gambit movie. Can Gambit have a decent role in an X-Men movie? Absolutely. But a standalone movie for Gambit? Are you for real? Can't be serious. I mean, when it come down to like, Deadpool movie, when they announced Deadpool, I was fine with that. I don't hate or love Deadpool, but I recognize his popularity. I recognize how much the fans love to see him on the screen. So it's a good idea to do Deadpool. But Gambit? How many people are clamoring for a Gambit movie on the screen? How many? Sometimes the decision that the studio do make no sense. No way Gambit could support a movie, let alone a Fox movie. Absolutely. So the news yesterday and today about how the Fox did not outright say that it's canceled the movie. They just say that the writer left, the director left, and the only one that's still there is Channing Tatum. But as far as all the people that's involved, the writers and director, they left. I think, and I watch a lot of the big channels that talk about it. It makes sense because at the end of the day, the success of Deadpool changes everything, because Deadpool was made for like $60 million and it bring in 600 million. It was a humongous success for Fox, and Deadpool can be plugged into many things, even have his own team like the X-Force, all that stuff. And Fox was planning to spend something like 150 million or $200 million budget to do Gambit, and they just like, wait a minute, why are we wasting $150 million to make Gambit? He's a C-lister, maybe a B-lister, but like I said, who give a crap about Gambit? I don't. Go ahead and hate me for it. But it changed the dynamic. Deadpool's success changes the dynamic at the studio. They look at the whole thing and say, we can spend 100 million or 80 million for the Deadpool sequel and we'll make crazy money. There's no need to dump $150 million into an unknown property that may bomb. Yes. Damn it. Ollie, Channing said he was a fan of the character, but I still think it's a miscast. Yes, I do think that it's a miscast. I'm a fan of Wolverine, but besides being short, there's no way I'm getting cast as Wolverine, right? Hey, Nate, you are here. You are here. Much better ROI. Yes, so it's just, that's the speaking from a money and sense. It makes sense. It makes sense that the studio yank that budget and say, for 150 million, I think we can save half and make 3 times as much with Deadpool 2 or X-Force 1. X-Force, the first movie, but it's a wise choice. It's a wise financial choice, and personally, I don't, I don't hate Channing Tatum. I think he's okay, but the sad thing is the original actor in the horrible Wolverine movie was a good Gambit. I like him. I like what's his name, Taylor Kush. He been jinxed with too many failures to ever appear as a big shot in a movie, again, because after the failure of that, after the failure of John Carter's and then Battleship, Ooh, Taylor Kirsch is like a name that the studio is staying away from. I cast you for mini Wolverine, Nick. Yes. For all the people that complain that Hugh Jackman is too tall, can you name a 5'3" actor that can play Wolverine that will soothe your need to have a short Wolverine? Can you? Can you? You can't. But you would like to bitch about it anyway, right? I think they should have Deathstroke in a movie and hand Batman an ass whooping. You know, Deathstroke is cool enough and badass enough to be on a big screen. And it's too bad that they use him up on an Arrow TV show. Not to say that they can't use him on a big screen. Here is a thought. Here is a thought about Batman. If I was bold in making a Batman movie, you know who I want to use? The Riddler. I would make a very different Batman movie, you know, using the Riddler and create more like a Sherlock Holmes kind of crimes. It's more like a, you know, it's not going to be an action superhero movie. It's going to be more of like a Sherlock Holmes thing where I will spotlight the detective skills of Batman. This is why I don't have a job in Hollywood. Danny DeVito would be perfect. Yes, Danny DeVito, Michael J. Fox, too old. Damn, you know, like I said, it's not a heck of a lot of credible actors that is short enough. Heck, even Michael J. Fox is too tall. He's 1 inch taller than Wolverine's supposed to be. So Nate, are you going to see the movie BVS? Man, are you gonna man up? Man up and go see the movie. You need to go see that movie. Yes, Jesse Eisenberg. He should have been the Riddler. I'm telling you, Riddler can be an awesome villain. You know, I think, you know, maybe the studio is scared of using somebody like the Riddler because it's not, there might not be enough action in the movie. But I think with the right script where you create an extremely smart Riddler, he can have his own henchmen, right? He can have, but I would love to see a cat and mouse kind of Batman movie where it's more about the detective skills of Batman in solving the riddle than him doing action. Nate, seriously, can't decide which to schedule first. My dentist checkup appointment or my viewing of the downfall of DC on the big screen. How about going to see the dentist at the same time? Pains, you have pains here and here and here. It would be triple dose of pain. But seriously though, in all seriousness, Nate, I think you will enjoy parts of the movie. Okay, I can tell you that, you know, I recommend the movie. I think every comic book fan should see it and decide it for themselves if the movie is good, bad, average. Okay, I went to see it with my own eyes, and I said it was average. Part of the movie was awesome, and part of the movie was like, what the? And overall, I like it enough that if I see the movie again, I probably will sit down and watch it again. Maybe not on a big screen and pay money to see it, but if it's on DVD or pay-per-view or something at somebody's house or whatever, I would definitely sit down and watch it for sure. For sure, the last 45 minutes is because the last 45 minutes is pretty good for the most part. Parker Rizzo asks, is Iron Man 55 going to retain value or sink like Ultron? Is was it Johnny Carson that hold the envelope to his head? I don't have an envelope nearby to hold it to my head, but it will sink like a rock. I don't see how that book. I mean, it's not going to go down to like a $500 book, but at the same time, the days of 9.6 copy going for 3,000. Joseph said he will wait for the DVD. What was Doomsday like? I think they should have saved them. Okay, Ollie, because you asked, and obviously you haven't seen the movie, and you have saw Doomsday in the trailer where he jumped down, and I'm sure you have heard the complaint that, oh no, he looked nothing like the comic books. I will not spoil it for you, but I will tell you, I think Doomsday was used okay, and he looked better, okay, than the trailer. That's all I can tell you without doing any spoiling. You know, can he be reused? No. Dan, thank you. Now I don't have to stumble with the Josephs. Well, thank you, Dan, for joining. This is your first time in my live chat. I appreciate you joining. And if you're new to this live chat, I have my chat every Wednesday at between 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern time. I have it. If you ever want to join me face to face, well, in the chat, not face to face, but in the chat, let me know, and I will send you an invite. Because I love to have other people. The more people, the merrier. But yes, I have a chat every Wednesday, and on the last Sunday of each month, I have it on. I also have a chat on Sunday to chat with the friends that I have that cannot join me. A lot of people cannot join me right now because some people are still working, So it's not like it's convenient for everyone to participate or listen to the chat on Wednesday night. Well, thank you. I'm appreciate that you enjoyed the video. And Nate, if you're still here, and for other people, I am going to start a new series starting next week. It's gonna call my rant video. I will rant in those videos. Okay, it's gonna be PG-13, R-rated. There will be some cuss word dropping. I drop the F-bomb here and there, but it's gonna be my weekly rant. Going forward, I will have a weekly rant. Could be about anything. Could be about movies. I will hope to keep it superhero related, but it could be about movie. It could be about TV show. It could be about comic books. It could be about the speculation market. It could be about auctioning site. It could be about eBay. You name it. Weekly, there will be a weekly episode of me ranting. Yes, I love Vin Crew big videos. I'm gonna have Nick rant. I'm gonna be ranting. Okay, and this week, just a preview is gonna be. I already shot it. I shot it this morning, but I won't load it until Sunday. Every Sunday, I will load a rant video. The topic will be movie critics. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's gonna be my rant filled of anger on movie critics, since there are so much to talk about after BVS. You know, everybody is up in arm. All the critics is like, oh. But yes, so that will be a new series, my weekly rant. Other than that, I don't think I bought anything cool or new to show. Actually, I did. I did have something that I have sitting right here, right on the next to the floor here, that I plan to show in a future video. It's a sketch. Okay, I talked about this last chat, and I've been so busy making videos for the peeps that I have not had a chance to load this video for this sketch. It belongs to one of my favorite artists. It's gonna be sweet. Wait until you see the sketch. Parker said that he thinks Doctor Strange is going to open up the Marvel Universe so much more. I would love to see Galactus versus everyone. I am hoping that Fox and Marvel can play nice and work out a deal to share characters, because as long as Fox have the Fantastic Four, you know, Marvel cannot use Doctor Doom, Galactus, Silver Surfer, you name it. It's just not possible. I am on the record saying that Fox should stop making Fantastic Four, but go on and make a Silver Surfer movie. The Silver Surfer movie, his origin, I think, is rich enough to make a science fiction movie out of that. You know, you can do a science fiction movie with the Silver Surfer, with Galactus, without Earth as part of the movie. But that's just me. You know, if I was Fox and the Fantastic Four has failed miserably 3 times now, it's time to just use the Silver Surfer and Galactus in some manners. Yes, I can see, you know, because think of, you know, think of Galactus, the Watcher, Silver Surfer, like something like Guardian of the Galaxy. If Marvel can create an interesting universe of, you know, a galactic scope like Guardian of the Galaxy, why not do that with the property that is given with, you know, with what Fox have? Fox have the negative zone. Okay, the negative zone is awesome. Okay, you can have a ton of villain from there. Annihilus. Okay, you get Annihilus. You have Galactus. You can have all of Galactus, Hero. You know, like I said, there's a lot to use to create in that movie universe without even using the Fantastic Four. And I think if I was Fox, I would take a chance there, because, like I said, Fantastic Four have failed 3 times. It's time to take a shot at the galaxy, okay, and see if that works. Who knows? Like I said, if Guardian of the Galaxy works, maybe something with the non-Earthbound story that they can use from the Fantastic Four universe that they got from Marvel. Maybe Silver Surfer show up in one of the Infinity Gauntlet movies in the future. Goomba, the only way that will happen is if Marvel and Fox play nice. You know, ultimately, it's, you know, the way Sony and Marvel work it out to allow Spider-Man to appear a little bit in the Avengers and Captain America movies, that's what can help Fox. Is, you know, if Fox can figure out a way that can benefit them financially to let Marvel use this character in their movie, that would be awesome. But it's up to Fox. You know, Marvel had to come up with a way to come to Fox and say, you know, let's work together, let's share the characters. So until that happens, we are not going to see Galactus, Silver Surfer, Doctor Doom, you name it. You're not going to see any of those characters in a Marvel Disney production. Not yet. I would love to see Beta Ray Bill. In fact, I would love to see Marvel replace Thor with Beta Ray Bill after Chris Hemsworth contract is over, because you know there's no way that Chris Hemsworth can play Thor forever, just like Robert Downey Jr. The cost of maintaining those actors in those roles are too expensive, and so the end have to come, and it would be awesome to replace Thor with Beta Ray Bill. Oh, Scott is here. Scott is here. Custom Bromstar. You know, this might be the most lively the chat room has ever been. The legend, indeed, it is the legend. You know, I mean, for those that are not familiar with Scott, Scott has been on YouTube. Scott was probably one of the earliest. You know, I don't have full knowledge of the early members of the YouTube comic community, but you can count Scott as one of them. And he left the community for about a year due to medical issues, but he returned last month, and he's back. I wish you did not delete all your videos. Because Scott had a lot of awesome videos in his channel before he left for the year. They could do it in Ragnarok and kill Thor. Ollie, you know, anything can happen. You know, I think the days of Thor with Chris Hemsworth in the Marvel movie universe is near the end, just as in Robert Downey Jr. I think those two are near the end, more so than Captain America and you know, and Black Widow. I think Marvel would keep Captain America and Black Widow on a little bit longer than Iron Man and Thor. So we'll see. You know, it will be interesting. Marvel movie universe has to change. It has to. It cannot maintain the same cast of characters that it has been showing in the past 8 years. It cannot. It cannot maintain the same quota. It has to change. Captain Strangelove is Galactus and Carson is the Surfer. Good to hear, Scott, that you'll be loading some of your old videos again. That'd be awesome, because I love those old videos. You know, I was hoping that you didn't delete them, you know, because once they are deleted, they are gone forever. But if you took them private and re-release them, that would be awesome. Hans is the master. Yeah, Hans been around a long time on YouTube. You know, Hans, Howler Mouse, Scott. Like I said, I'm not OG. I've been on YouTube for 3.5 years, less than that, but not OG by any means. Ollie think that Cap might die in Civil War. You think so? Ooh, ooh, yeah, that's my face. Ooh. Which character could replace Iron Man in the Marvel universe? Ah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's for sure. Marvel is introducing. Black Panther is gonna be pushed to the forefront. Okay, Black Panther is gonna be pushed to the forefront. Um, Doctor Strange. If Doctor Strange, the movie, succeed, then look at that. You get Doctor Strange, and then Don't forget Captain Marvel. Okay, replacing Iron Man is tough to do. Same thing with Thor. Okay, but you know, Captain Marvel, Ms. Marvel, whatever you want to call them. But Marvel has their plan, their master plan of what they're gonna do. But as far as and then you have the Inhumans. I'm not sure what's going on with the Inhumans as far as the movie, because that's like 4 years away. We haven't heard a peeps about that. In fact, we have not even heard a peeps on the casting of Captain Marvel. So I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I don't know. Just like Scott is saying, I would love to see Doctor Strange in the Avenger in the movie. I would love if there is one character that I am rooting for the hardest together. I want Black Panther to be awesome, and I want Doctor Strange to be awesome also. I don't have any ill will toward any character. I want Captain Marvel to be awesome as well. I just don't like Gambit. So I was thrilled to hear that Gambit movie was canceled. Yes, Carol Danvers. I'm telling you, I'm very curious to see what Marvel is going to do with the casting. I am a fanboy of the Viking TV show, and I want that actress, that beautiful blonde actress in the Viking TV show that have her martial arts skills and all that stuff, that can kick ass and look beautiful and can act. I want that actress to be Carol Danvers. Please, if there's any actress right now that I think can fit that role perfectly, it's her. I'm in the camp of saying, please cast her as Carol Danvers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I think her name is Catherine Winnick, Winnyck, something like that. But look it up. Look up the cast of the Vikings TV show and watch some of the interview. Watch her on YouTube. There's tons of interview of her on YouTube, and she is perfect. Bye, Ollie. I have to go too. It's 7:56. I have to go at 8 o'clock. Okay, so I appreciate everybody coming, but as always, my chat is only go until 8 p.m. Bye, Ollie. I'm rooting for Adam Warlock. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's a lot of rumors about, Kirk Douglas. No, Kurt Russell. Not Kirk Douglas. Kurt Russell was cast as the secret casting of Kurt Russell in Guardian of the Galaxy. So can he be Adam Warlock? I don't know. If Adam Warlock is a father of Chris Pratt, then Kurt Russell will be Adam Warlock, I guess. But until we know more, it's a big secret. We don't know. I like Kurt Russell. Gambit should get a TV show, perhaps. But big screen, I don't think so. I think Gambit have a role in a movie. Okay, it's part of the X-Men. But I'm excited about that as much as I am excited to have Jubilee in X-Men movie. I don't care. I am Black Panther only because I found a 0.5 copy in a $5 box. Hey, what was missing? The back covers or the split covers? Why is it a 0.5? Well, Scott, now that you join, if you ever want to join live, just like Nate, my open invitation to anyone, okay, it's like if you ever want to join in a live chat in a little box, a talking box, let me know and I will send an invitation next time. I'm always welcome other people to appear with me because it makes the chat much more lively. But cover detached from bottom staple. You might still looking at a higher grade than 0.5 just because the cover is detached, okay, from the bottom staple. It still can be higher. If you watch my grading videos, I did a grading video of 1.5. In that, you see many books with completely split covers. Okay, it's complete split covers in CGC slab 1.5. So just because the cover is detached at one staple does not mean it is a 0.5. All right, I will send you invitation, and if you can't join, no harm done. Many people have wanted to be in the live chat, but many people can't do it at the last second because they have lives and I don't. So if you get my invitation and you can't join, do not feel bad. Just like today. Today, before I started this chat, I sent out 2 invitations, and from what you can see, nobody is here. So the 2 people that wanted to participate probably got the invitation, but they are busy. Yes. Really, Illy, you're here. You made the last minute. It's 8 o'clock. It's time for me to go. So sad. I had fun. I appreciate everyone that joined the chat room. Keep me chatting for the last hour plus. It has been fun. I enjoyed this. That's why I do this every Wednesday. If it was not fun, I would not be doing it. So thank you, Nate, for joining. Thank you, Jay Rocks, for joining. Kasi Khan for joining, and then Scott to stop by. The legends drop by in my chat. And Dan, thank you. First time joining me. I appreciate it. And check out my Bill Sinkovich spotlight. I think you will enjoy it. I show some pretty cool arts there. I have a sketch that I got that Bill Sinkovich did for me of Wolverine. I think you would like to see that. Okay, that's it. Time for me to go, and good night, everyone. Once again, I appreciate the participation, and tune in next Wednesday for another lively chat. Good night, everybody.